internet tonight, so I'm hoping this comes out good for everyone, but we will see. So I guess I'm going to hold off just a second, see if anyone else pops in here. But I'd like to start with the topic, which is gratitude. So if anyone has anything that they feel grateful about or grateful for, pop that in the comments if you would. I'd like to know what people are enjoying today. In the meantime, we'll get started in just a second. I am looking around. I don't know if you guys have been on in a while, but I got my chat working in. Oh, actually, I'm so concerned about this that on Instagram, did I just lose Instagram? I don't know. And I don't even know if I'm live. It does not look like I'm live. Checking connection. I am very concerned with the internet because it has been popping in and out all night. I'm not sure about, but we will definitely check it when Vince gets home because he's good with all that stuff. He could probably pop in some, I don't know, go into some weird stuff. And next thing you know, we got like high power internet. He's just like a magic that way. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start. Welcome to Now What with Jeanna, where I answer questions, offer tips, and say stupid shit about sobriety and recovery. And I noticed that we have someone on. Where did I see it? Looks like maybe in Facebook. If you could say hi and tell me where you are at, not like location wise, but Facebook or something, Instagram, Twitter, I don't know. Please let me know. I probably should have done some power poses today because while I'm okay, like I got energy and I got what I'm going to say down, I'm just feeling drained. I don't know why. But I'm here and I am ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and start. The topic today is gratitude. And oh my gosh, that has helped me so much with sobriety, especially early in sobriety. I practiced it a lot. And it was huge for my sobriety. I don't remember feeling all that, missing of the alcohol. And I think that has a lot to do with it because I did it like religiously early in. I wanted to do it today because I've kind of fallen off my gratitude routine a little bit. I've been real busy and I'm not taking the time to do what I need to do. So I thought this would be a good time to like reacclimate me to it, to, start my routine back up again. But also, to learn more about gratitude and why it's so important to me and to share that with you guys. So that's what I'm doing today. The topic is gratitude. Hello. It looks like your name is Ibar Lopez. Glad to see you. This is Now What with Jeanna, and we are talking about gratitude tonight. So if you have trouble finding gratitude, or if you're not sure why it's important, or, here's the thing. My first list on there is gratitude is hocus pocus. A lot of people don't believe in the gratitude thing. They don't believe in the affirmations thing. And it's not hocus pocus. And I want to bring you tonight some scientific ideas on gratitude. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to wave at you so you've been seen. Anyway, so I've got some scientific stuff to talk about gratitude. I got a couple stories for you and some different ways you can practice it, including how I practiced gratitude when I first started recovery. And some of the different things that I want to do now. I think I'm going to do a couple new things so that I can get right back into the practice of doing it because I'm not. So the first story I want to tell you is Rick's story. It's mine and Rick's story, but it's Rick's story. And that was at the end of my marriage. I was really having a difficult time. Of course, I didn't want the marriage to end. And no one wants a marriage to end. Well, maybe some people do. I didn't. I was hoping we could figure it out. And I was really struggling with it and having a difficult time with it. And so I went with a friend. We did a Starbucks afternoon. I did this quite often, not quite often, but every so often. And I went with a friend to Starbucks and I was moaning and groaning and poor me. And I don't know what to do. And I'm so sad and depressed. And I'm, by the way, not belittling that. I was just really doing that. And, as a parent who's lost someone to depression and suicide, I am most certainly not belittling my behavior, my woes me, but I was doing that. And so Rick tells me a story of his story. what had happened is Rick had really, really, really bad psoriasis. And the medications for the psoriasis and the psoriasis itself, and it just really did a lot of damage to his body and to his liver and a bunch of other things. And so he's telling me how bad it was. He had spent time in the hospital. I think he said he was in a coma. This was a long time ago, but I think he said he was in a coma for a while. He was taking lots of pain medication. His psoriasis was so bad. What it does is it's overactivation of the healing. You know, you overactivate your skin, but in his joints, there was that overactive, and it just keeps growing. It like scars over and scars over and scars over. So his joints and his hands were so bad that they broke all the fingers in his hands to try to, to try to get the psoriasis down, or the arthritis from the psoriasis down. I guess that's the way you want to put it. Broke all the fingers in both hands. And when that didn't work, they did it a second time. So he every single one broke twice. And what came out of that is his hands ended up kind of, I don't remember, it's been a long time, but they were curled. I know he couldn't open them. His cups, he would have to hold his cups like this because he couldn't open his hands. And he was just in a lot of pain, constant pain, because of it. And he said to me at one point, he says, in God's greatest wisdom, he gave me perfect hands for drawing. He was an amazing, amazing artist. Hold on a second. I'm joking. Anyways, he was an amazing artist. Absolutely loved the work he did. He did a drawing of me, sepia drawing. I don't know. He did a drawing of me. Huge, huge picture. I still have it. Actually, I spent a lot of money to have it framed recently. So he did that. But he also said, well, after all, he told me the story of all the pain and how lucky he was to be alive right now and to be sitting with me and having coffee. I looked at him and I said, well, next time I'm in pain, I'm hurt and emotional and worried about my divorce, I'm just going to remember one thing. He goes, what's that? I go, thank God I don't have psoriasis. And I tell you that story because you have two choices when something goes bad. You can look at the positive, you can look at the negative. And I try my best. I don't always, but I try my best to look at the positive. Because the thing is, if you lose an arm and it's just one arm, you can always say, but I have the other one, and there's a lot I can do with at least one arm. If you, well, my father-in-law has lost fingers to a lawnmower. I'm struggling here. To a lawnmower, and I made him a pair of gloves one time, and I'd cut all the fingers that were missing out. I had to watch him closely to find out and make sure I had the right fingers, but I cut all and re-sewed them so that they were short. And he loved the fact that I had redone these gloves for him. He says, this is perfect. These gloves will never fit anyone else. So you can look at the fact that you've lost one arm, or you can look at the fact that you still have the other one. You can look at the fact that your eyesight is gone, or you can look at the fact that you still have your hearing. It depends on what you want to look for. And I have been learning to look for a long time with at the positive, what's still left. And in that case, the positive for me was that I don't have psoriasis. It's a little bit of a joke, but it reminds me that it could be worse. That's the whole thing. It could be worse. Right now, there's a lot of things in my life that could be worse. So what is gratitude? Gratitude is an awareness of the things that happen in your life that actually you can look at them as things that happen for you in your life, or, it's an appreciation for something or somebody. It's not always easy to feel gratitude. A lot of times we compare ourselves to others and wish it could be better, instead of, being happy with where we are. We ruminate over the past and worry about things we could have changed. We worry about the future, praying and hoping that it will go better, but assuming it will go bad, instead of looking at the future and go, the possibilities are there. Our fear of embarrassment interferes with our ability to be grateful. Negative events. Now, this is a big one. for me, I lost my son, and of course, for a while, it was really hard, and I had trouble seeing any gratitude in that. But eventually, I did. And this sounds weird. It's hard to say, but eventually, I did find gratitude, not in his death, but definitely in his life. And I choose to focus on the grateful parts of his life for me. I mean, I learned a lot of lessons from him. I had 23 beautiful years from him with him, and I have memories, wonderful memories. And I'm on the journey I'm on today because of it. So yeah, I get sad, but the gratitude, the grateful part of it is that there are a lot of things I gained um by looking at it in a positive way. And then finally, drinking. At first, we just want to be, at first, drinking provides us that joy. But eventually, for me, drinking just provided a lot of pain. It was hard to be grateful for anything that my drinking involved until after I quit. Then it became easy. I can look at that as an experience that helps me with other people, and this actually given me purpose in life. So these things tend to perpetuate negative feelings. Now, I said I was going to talk about some of the science-based stuff behind gratitude, and I really want to do that because, first of all, for me, I wouldn't have even tried it if there wasn't some facts that would help me believe it would work. I mean, I have trouble believing based on assumptions. So I did a lot of research on gratitude and the science behind it. I didn't want to believe. I did want to believe it was hocus pocus, but when I started seeing some of the facts and some of the science behind it, I couldn't. Just it took the hocus pocus away and added a sense of miracle, but still there was some science behind it, so I could follow that faith, have that faith in it. So there's a couple things I will address. One is the dopamine loop. And I don't remember where I first heard this. I want to say it was Tony Robbins in a YouTube video on my way home from work about 4 years ago. It's funny that I remember that, but 3 years ago, 3 years ago. And he talked about, it might not be Tony Robbins, by the way. If Tony, if you're watching and this is not you, please let me know. Either either if it was you or if it wasn't, so I can either take back this or find the research. I want to know where I found this from. But I was listening to either it was a YouTube or a podcast. I don't remember. But hey, Andrea, glad to see you here with me tonight or with us tonight. It'll be us, I'm sure. But anyway, so Tony Robbins, I think it was Tony Robbins, explained in a podcast or a YouTube video about this thing that I call the dopamine loop. And that is when you think of good thoughts, it creates dopamine in your brain. And dopamine releases happy thoughts, which create more good thoughts, which releases more dopamine, which releases more good thoughts. And it becomes this loop. And it goes the other way for sadness. If you think sad thoughts, it releases. Andrew, if you remember what this is, I'm having trouble remembering the negative, um, the negative hormones in your brain, but whatever they are, I'm having trouble remember that one. I didn't write that down, but if you have a negative thought, it releases the negative hormone that creates more negative thoughts that create more negative hormones that create more. So it becomes this loop. If you can get into the dopamine loop in the happy thoughts, then it will help build on those happy thoughts. Well, gratitude is a happy thought. If you think of the things you appreciate, of the things that you enjoy and that you're glad for, it builds this happy loop. So that's one way that gratitude works as a way to help bring on your positive feelings and your positive, bring in goodness in the day. The other way that it works is the RAS, which is a reticular activating system. And what that is a filter in your brain that once it's activated, it filters everything else out and helps you to see the things that you want to focus on. Not everything. I mean, I don't just see the things I want to focus on, but so I do see other things, but it'll help me to have more gratitude. So if I wake up in the morning and I find 5 things that I'm grateful for in the morning, I've already activated the RAS. which helps me see more things to be grateful for throughout the day. So that little morning routine that I do, or I have done in the past, I have been sick and I'm still trying to come out of it, but here I am. But anyways, that morning routine that I do, and have done in the past, it gives me a kickstart for the day to maintain that gratitude, based on the fact that my reticular activating system will go ahead and allow more of it to come in. It'll see more and bring more to me. So that's a couple ways that it works. Sonia, I'm going to try to repeat this her last name. You'll see. Sonia Lyubomirsky. I don't know how she pronounced it, but she wrote in her book how the How of Happiness, a scientific approach to getting the life you want, that gratitude is an antidote for negative emotions, a neutralizer of envy, hostility, worry, and irritation. It's savoring. It is not taking things for granted. It is present oriented. And she did a lot of research in that book. I have not read the book. I've heard of it on a couple occasions. I'm thinking about putting it on order on my Audible. But what she says is that the more you practice gratitude, the more you strengthen the brain's neural circuits for gratitude, making it easier to focus on feelings of gratitude. And now some of the science on this shows that having gratitude increases dopamine, which I just talked about in that dopamine cycle, the dopamine loop. But it increases dopamine. Dopamine is our brain's happy hormone. And it teaches us to repeat certain behaviors. It's just a reward system. So if you get a stuttering here, if you accomplish a task on your list of tasks, then you get this little boost of dopamine. And what that says is a reward that says, hey, do more tasks because this was kind of fun. So that's that dopamine loop. Not the dopamine loop. That's the dopamine burst that you get from gratitude. Last night I was able to teach a writing class, which I haven't. Well, I've started doing it again, but I don't do it as much as I'd like to, and I haven't done it systematically since I taught. But I had this huge reward last night of dopamine. I was so excited, and just my energy was way up. Dopamine is a feel-good hormone. Instead of getting high, next time practice gratitude, because gratitude encourages those happy thoughts and releases the dopamine. Gratitude also increases serotonin production. Now, serotonin is the happiness chemical. It gives us feelings of well-being, relaxation, and I call it relaxation without the wine hangover. Serotonin is a calming hormone, so it relieves stress and all this great stuff. And they found that having gratitude releases this hormone as well. But it does a lot of other things too. It activates several regions of the brain that promote feelings, good feelings, and it encourages giving. It promotes learning, better decision making. Some of the other benefits of gratitude, and I have a feeling that this brain activation. Some of it is, not all of it, is it promotes better sleep. I know when I quit drinking and I stopped worrying about what I was doing to my body, I started sleeping better. That's also a, the alcohol messes up with your sleep patterns. So that came from it. But again, I was practicing a lot of gratitude in the early sobriety, and my sleep hit almost immediately, got back to normal. It increases better relationships, encourages better relationships. If Vince and I express gratitude for each other all the time, and it helps me to see how much I appreciate him and how much he appreciates me, and that increases the relationships. It provides motivation. As I said, that dopamine provides the motivation. When you are grateful for something, then you get that extra dopamine, which increases the motivation. But also, when you are grateful for earning something, it encourages you to work harder to earn more. So there's a motivation boost you get there. Because of serotonin, it relieves stress. And this one I thought was pretty neat, is that it increases your immunity. So people with high gratitude levels tend to have less illness in their life. And I don't know that my gratitude level is incredibly high, but I do know that I don't get sick very often. And when I do, it's not as bad as it could be. I don't know. I hear a lot of people are constantly sick. And in fact, I a friend who is constantly sick. And actually, now that I think about it, they're not grateful for a whole lot either. We just had someone else join. I don't know his or her name. It's Tao Fake. Well, hello. How are you? Thank you for joining. We're talking about gratitude tonight, and I usually talk about things like this in terms of sobriety and recovery. Although everyone needs a little gratitude in their life, so please stick around and join us. Let's see. Oh, I got a story about Kristen, my friend in California. One of the other benefits of gratitude is that it increases likability. I love that idea. And how Kristen comes in this. Kristen, I swear she always had gratitude. Oh, you're so good at that. And thank you so much. And she just was constant. I love Kristen to this day, partly because of that. She's likable because she is appreciative of a lot of things people do, and she's one of the people that I know, one of the few people that I know that expresses so much gratitude, and there's an immediate attraction to that. So your gratitude, having gratitude for other people, for the things around you, for trees and butterflies, and just for being alive, increases your likability. That might have something to do too with the fact that gratitude increases the happiness hormones, and happy people are likable people. It's much better to hang around and much prefer hanging around with someone who has good things to say about everything around than someone who is just sitting around bitching all day. So, and it helps you maintain sobriety. Yeah, it helps you maintain sobriety. It did for me so much. When I am appreciative of the gifts that sobriety brings me, when I'm grateful for not waking up hungover all the time, when I'm grateful for the relationships that I'm having, when I'm grateful for being sober, the first day I was sober, oh my God, I was grateful to be sober that first day. When I focus on the things that I'm grateful for, I'm increasing all these things, rewarding myself with that dopamine, increasing all these things that make it good to be sober. When I am bitching and moaning and not grateful for being sober, when I am worried about, when I'm focused on the alcohol I can't have, that makes me sad and frustrated, and it gives me no motivation to stay sober. So for me, gratitude incredibly helped my sobriety. So how do you express gratitude? And that's probably, I'm looking at the time, it's probably going to be short tonight, but how do you express gratitude? I've got a couple of things here you can try that will help you practice it a little bit more. The one I did was the gratitude journal. Oh, and I was going to bring out, I don't have it. It's over there on the other side of the room. I have a little journal. It's about this big. And hi, Donna. I noticed now she just said hi on Facebook. So thank you, because I just got this chat working for Facebook. So anyways, I have a gratitude journal. It's about this big. It's just small, fits in my purse, fits in my back pocket if I need it to. Hi, Meme World. Oh, yes, you've said hi to me a few times and liked a couple of my posts. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us too. We're talking about gratitude today. You might can use something I say, I don't know, in a meme. I don't know. But so a gratitude journal. I had a journal like that size, and I wrote five things I was grateful for every day. And I did this first thing in the morning. I'd get up and I'd go to work. I always like to arrive at work about 10 minutes early, but I used that 10 minutes early because I don't want to be late and get stuck in traffic. I used that 10 minutes early to write 5 things I was grateful for every day. I also wrote 5 affirmations for me every day. And I'll tell you what, that improved my mood. I can go into a job I hated and still be happy. It was crazy. I said, you wouldn't think I'd like this job, would you? One of the compliments I got on my reviews was that I always had a good mood. I was always in a good mood. I was always bringing everyone up. And that was the gratitude, because I don't always bring everyone up. So that was one thing. Get yourself a journal. In fact, I probably put my gratitudes in this more than anything. I have this journal. I've carried a journal around for years, but I'll write in it just my thoughts and my ideas, but I also will Well, when I start feeling bad and sad and having troubles, and maybe I'm triggered or something, I'll open it up and just fill a page with gratitudes. The other thing, let's see, I heard this one this morning. I thought this was pretty good. I thought it was a little much. I don't know if I could keep doing this, but I think it's a good idea to do this from time to time, and that is to write gratitude letters. And where I read it, I think it was Deepak Chopra said this, that once a month write a letter, or once a week write a letter to someone you're grateful for. And that actually doesn't just promote gratitude for you, make you feel more grateful, but it also promotes a sense of value to the person you're writing it to, and a sense of appreciation, and it just kind of boosts everyone's mood. Years ago, I had a friend who went to Greece, and she brought me back a set of worry beads. It's like, I guess it's a Greek tradition. I've also heard them called prayer beads, and I don't think that the rosary is used this way, but I think you could probably use a rosary this way as well. And what it is just a loop of beads with a little bit of room so you can move the beads over. And for every one, you focus on a gratitude. So just every bead, it's usually an odd number. I don't remember how many beads were on them, but I don't think it matters. Just get yourself a string and a handful of beads, and I think they said amber is a typical one that they use in the worry beads. But the whole point is to go through that loop of beads every day with a gratitude for every bead. You can spin it in your fingers, or just think about it, or just, like I said, use it to count your gratitudes. Spend a little bit of time in the morning or in the evening to, okay, what was I grateful for today? And then each beat gets a gratitude. Guided gratitude meditations are really good to keep up on that gratitude. They'll tell you kind of what to think about, when to breathe, and get you calm and really focused on the gratitudes. And then you go through sometimes they'll tell you what to be grateful for. If it's a money meditation, be grateful for the things you have money wise. So there's that. And also something I did a lot is with YouTube. I'd listen to motivational gratitude stories on YouTube, and that helps me to appreciate the things that I have. I'm going to go ahead and put a link to one of those. I think it's like 8 minutes, 7 minutes. I'll put a link to one of those in the comments here, so you can click on it. It's an Oprah Winfrey gratitude stuff thing. Who else does one? Oh gosh, I forgot. His name is, him and his wife do one. I might find one from them and put a link for that one as well in the comments after I'm done. I want to say it's Motivation Station or Motivation Nation. I can't remember, but that one's not as much about about gratitude, but I always feel it when I listen to those. It's high energy, empowering, and uplifting. And so I'll see if I can find one to put one of those in there for you as well. Let's see what else. Oh, this is the one we used to do with the kids growing up. And this is a great activity to get the whole family involved in that and to reconnect. And that was, we practiced gratitude as a dinner activity. And we'd go around the table. Each one of us had to express, I think it was 3 at the time, but now that I know about gratitude and a couple other things, I probably would do the 4. So I'm going to give you the 4 that I would do now. And 3 of them we did do. See what went well today. Did you get a good grade? Did you pass a test? Did you have a good conversation with a friend? Did you make a friend? What went well today? What didn't go well? Well, I struggled with, Tommy, who wouldn't give me the ball, or I was late to get up and get to school. So we talk about what didn't go well. How did you give back to the world today? So what did you do? I thanked so-and-so for helping me carry my lunch out, or, I helped the teacher take out the garbage, and I helped a student because I taught, so I'd help a student. So how did you give to the world today? I always wanted them to be mindful of giving back, of that. And then the last one is, what are you grateful for today? And it could be anything from, I'm grateful for butterflies. Actually, in a couple months it'll be firefly season, and I am grateful for that because I'm looking forward to firefly season. I have to chase them down because where we live, they spray, I guess, for mosquitoes, and it kills off the fireflies. That really stinks. I wish, but just go out in the country someplace, I'll find them. In fact, I might there we go. I might go to Blakely Park, and I'm sure they'll have some there. It's a lot of country and a lot of mushy area. So, um, we did that with the kids all the time for a while. I mean, we didn't do it forever, but it allowed us to reconnect and find out what troubles they were having, what we could help them with, and what made them happy. What were they grateful for? Then the next one is to learn to give and receive thanks. A thank you promotes feelings of value and appreciation, whether you're receiving them or giving them. And if you start practicing thank yous and pleases as well, and then you receive them, God, sometimes we just have to learn how to receive a thank you. I don't do so well with that. If well, thank you is sort of okay, but you do this. Oh, thank you. Oh, it was no big deal. We need to learn how to receive those thank yous. When we do that, um, we can appreciate it more. So, and that's what those thank yous are for. That's how they in promote gratitude. Um, and then this is what I'm going to do. As you see behind me, I have my vision boards, and these are things I want, goals I have. But I was thinking about this today as I was working on this, is a vision board with gratitude. So I think I got one in the other room. I might put up a blank board. And here's what I'm thinking I'm going to do is either write a gratitude or put a sticker with a gratitude or, I don't know, just something, a picture with something I'm grateful for. And put it on the board. And the cool thing I like about this size board is that all I have to do is walk by it and see this image of something I'm grateful for, and it lifts my spirits for the day. Andrea had a bad day, fell on elbow. If you need to talk to me, Andrea, I will be cooking in the I'm going to be cooking. It's late for dinner, but I'll be cooking in a little bit as soon as I'm done with this. I turn my speakerphone on with you, and we can have a chat if you want. So let me know, and we can talk afterwards if you need to. So anyways, I'm going to do a vision board with a gratitude, and it'll be an empty board for a while because I'm going to try and make it a point to put one gratitude on it a day, whether I write the gratitude in pen or print out a statement on my computer. Actually, this one here, where is this one? It might be this one. I have gratitudes. That top one there, I think, is a gratitude. You can't see it, but I put gratitudes on my board too. And I keep that. If I'm having a bad day, I might just walk over and just read my gratitudes, things that I'm grateful for from the board. So anyways, that's that. I'm looking things. Something Vince does. If he has a negative thought, this is pretty awesome. I love that he does this. I don't always catch that he's doing this, but if he has a negative thought, and he usually it's popped in your mind. The negative thought pops in your mind, like, I had a negative thought about my butt growing. I've gained weight since I'm not working and on the computer all day, and it makes me sick. And how Vince would do that, how I would do this is instead of focusing on that negative thought, I could focus on the fact that my face doesn't have as many wrinkles with a little bit of weight on me. I actually look better in many ways with a little bit of weight. So anyways, so turn a negative thought into a positive thought with gratitude. And then the last one I really love, but I haven't found a group of people that will do it with me, and that is text a gratitude chain. Text gratitude chain. And what that is, get 10 people to participate. Each person needs to just get one person, each person just one person. And so if I have like 10 people, I text a gratitude or something I'm grateful for to that person. Like, Andrea, I may text to you. Andrea, I'm grateful for the conversation we had the other day. I'm grateful that you spend time talking to me about what's going on in your life. I'm grateful that you allow me to listen and that you trust me. So I might text that to Andrea, and it doesn't have to be all that. It's just be one. I'm grateful that you allow me to listen and that you trust. I still put two in there. But then Andrea, from that point, this is like her trigger. It's time for Andrea to text whoever she chooses. So she might choose to text her sister. I am grateful for the time you let me have with the kids. And her sister may text her friend. I'm grateful for dinner we had last night. And that change just goes right on. I think that's a great way to spread gratitude throughout the day through, the people you love. So, or, by the time it gets to the fifth person, I might not know that person. If I texted Andrea and she texted her sister, I don't really know her sister. So, it's going to reach out to people that I don't even know. You can also do that in a Facebook post. And I've done this before. What are you grateful for today? And then let's just see what people put in there. And the thing I like about doing that is if I put, what are you grateful for today? And then they put, I'm grateful that my boyfriend made dinner last night. It might remind me, oh yeah, Vince made dinner last night too, and I'm grateful for that. So it kind of increases, gives you ideas and reminds you how to be grateful. Years ago, I received out of the blue. I didn't know he did this. It was someone I had met recently, and he just sent me a meme, I guess. Sent me a picture that had a gratitude quote from someone else on it, and it instantly made my day wonderful. That was so awesome. And then I proceeded to forward that message to a couple other people because it just felt really good to receive that. So out of the blue. And I think that's about it. So what are you grateful for today? Does anyone have anything? I'm looking. I think, Donna, is that still you that's on Facebook? Are you grateful for anything? And I know Andrea's still here. So if you're grateful for something, let me know. And I'm about ready to pop out. So you got a second. I'm going to stall for a minute. See what you guys say about your gratitudes. And what do I want to talk about while we're doing that? Because that's pretty much it for gratitude. I don't know. I got something out. Donna's still here. Yes, thank you, Donna. What are you grateful for today? Let me know. In the meantime, I will say that things are still going well with Vince and me and the Now Sober Academy. If you haven't heard about that, it is Grateful to God. Thank you, Andrea. The Now Sober Academy is a membership group where, our goal in the membership is to help bring families together for recovery for someone with substance use disorder. So we've been doing a lot of work, taking classes and doing some research and studying on, oh yes, if your TV's not working, that's something that you would be grateful for. Yes. We recently got Netflix. I'm grateful for that. I miss my Netflix. But anyway, so we've been studying craft, which is community reinforcement and family training, and doing some research on the statistics and what we are finding. Well, not what we are finding, what the statistics are showing. We just happen to be looking for them. But the statistics are showing is that recovery happens best when the whole family is involved, and the whole family is involved anyways. Just are they taking an active part in helping their loved one to recover? And so we've been doing that research. According to the statistics and the studies that show, in the past, people were told, what do I do if my loved one, my son, my spouse, my daughter, parent is an addict? And they were told that two choices. You can either go to Al-Anon and take care of yourself. Don't worry about them because, you can't heal them anyways. Or they were told have an intervention, which is, I think, in front, it's like nothing would put up a wall faster for me than that. For my entire family standing in front of me, humiliating me, telling me how I've got to quit or they are going to go. And so the Al-Anon approach is proven to work, I think 13% of the time. This is the number I get confused on. The intervention approach, and if you've watched the show Intervention, you've seen this before. The intervention approach is proving to work either 23 or 33% of the time. I think it's 23. But the craft approach, the training the whole family how to help their loved one without shaming them and without providing, more consequences. And if you had trouble with drinking or someone, those consequences are there. You don't need to provide them. But the not yelling at your loved one, not giving them ultimatums, learning how to communicate with them and provide positive reinforcement. That technique is working 64% of the time, and sometimes higher depending on what it's combined with. And so Vince and I have been doing a lot of studying on that, and our membership will have two factors, one for two components, whatever, one for the family in recovery, one for the loved one who needs help with recovery. Does that make sense? With substance use disorder and then the family, everyone's affected. If you love someone who is struggling with drugs and alcohol, you are affected by it, because, well, for one, they're not there for you. I know when my daughter, she had an award from nursing school and I ended up not attending it because, I wasn't in a mind that said this was important, even though it was. She was very disappointed in me. And JC, if you're watching, I am really, really sorry. But anyways, so what was I saying? Our membership does that. And so we've been really busy. I didn't mean to tell you the whole thing, but we've been really busy preparing for the membership to open up and to get ready. And that we're expecting to happen March 4th. We're going to give a free webinar to help talk about craft and help people understand their roles as family members in recovery, and what they, take a look at what you might be doing, and is there a better way to do it without going into all the details, because this is going to be months worth of work for us to have this membership up and rolling. So if you know anyone who would like help with recovery, there's that, for the recovering person in recovery. But if you know family members who are not sure what to do, please let them know. Just tell them to look for Now Sober, or an Instagram, Jeanna Fox. I think it's Recovery with Jeanna is what I got. And I guess that's it. I'm rambling at this point. Vince just walked in the door and I can't breathe. Hold on. Vince just walked in the door and I promised him I would go cook chicken at almost 8 o'clock at night. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I should be here next week. Like I said, the 5th is when we're doing the webinar, so I might have to take a little bit of time off, but it won't be very much because I'm a die hard, and I'm gonna keep doing this, and I'm having fun with it. So anyways, I will see you guys later. Thank you for showing up tonight and for supporting me and what I'm doing with this. And I'm really just grateful to have you with me. So if you want that link to, it's called The Power of Gratitude by Oprah Winfrey. It's an Oprah Winfrey speech. If you want that link, I'm going to have it in the comments as soon as I get off of here. And we will see you next week. Thanks, and have a wonderful day. Bye. And then I got to find buttons so I can turn it off. End stream.